Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your first gameplay and overview of the J-8F. This is a brand new vehicle that will be coming to the Chinese air tech tree in the new update, La Royale, and of course, this is the dev server, so all of the different stats and everything else on this vehicle are subject to change. However, typically by the time it gets to the dev server, it's pretty darn close to finished. Now that being said, this vehicle is pretty much just an upgraded variant of the J-8B, as you can see here. And I'll go over exactly what this vehicle has now. So as you can see, it is more or less identical, right, in terms of just how it looks, but where it really shines are what it can carry. So you have, with this, you can carry PL8s, which are all aspect, more or less equivalent to AIM-9Ls. You can carry PL11s, which are more or less kind of equivalent to, I believe, AIM-7Fs, give or take, maybe AIM-7Es, or ASPEEDs, maybe a little bit better than that. And you can also carry, of course, PL5Bs. Now, of course, for whatever reason, you can only carry a PL5B, at least currently on the outer wing slot, which isn't all too bad because those are still pretty damn good missiles at 30 Gs of maximum overload, despite being rear aspect only, so very, very good. Otherwise, it can't really carry all too much when it comes to anti-ground, but it's a pretty decent loadout nonetheless. Now that being said, this also has the WP-13B engines that put out 6,970 kgf of thrust with max afterburners, whereas these put out 6,480. So you're getting around 500 maximum thrust, but also, and that's afterburner, for max thrust, as you can see without afterburner, 3830, these put out 4740. So it's actually substantially more without afterburner that you get out of these engines than with these engines on the J-8B. Additionally, the J-8B only has this radar, not all that great, the Type 208A with a 30-kilometer range, limited options for modes, whereas the J-8F has a 45-kilometer range, a larger search zone, and more modes. So overall, this thing is pretty much just better all the way around. It is going to be a much better aircraft. Whether or not it's rated at 12.0 BR when we see it come out, we'll have to wait and see. But otherwise, this should be a very, very good plane at top tier for China. So that said, let's get into a few matches, see how this baby does. But man, I am stoked. Like, look at this thing. Doesn't it look so cool? Let's get into it. So this thing is mega fast. I just turned off the afterburner real quick, and I am still outpacing that F-14 pretty handily, so holy crud. Also, the radar has a TWS mode. I don't know if I noticed that in the intro, but it does have that, which is pretty darn cool, in my opinion. But, you know, when it comes to semi-active, oftentimes it's just better to be using the modes that you have, you know, just whatever the search PD mode, post-Doppler mode is, which is still really, really good. So as you guys hopefully know, when it comes to dev server gameplay, pretty much every enemy is going to be a bot. In this instance, that seems to be the case. Every enemy is a bot, so they tend to be a little bit more active than the NPCs that we see here with the Yak-38s. So I will still go out and try to find those NPCs, the bots, and kill them, but we do have the PL8s, as you can see here. I think those are the weakest, no, those are the second best missiles that we have. The PL5Bs, which are good rear aspect missiles, and of course the PL11s, which are the new missiles that a lot of people are excited about. So that said, I'm going to see if I can lock on from here. The PL11s have a range of 30 kilometers, 45-second missile guidance time, Mach speed of 5, so it should be pretty good from around 20 kilometers out. Let's see if we can knock this guy out of the sky, whatever it is. As long as he doesn't go behind those mountains, we should be okay, or behind the clouds. I don't think I will, unfortunately, so let's go try out these PL11s. Now, these are the all-aspect missiles. These should have a bit more success. As I suspected, they will, because of course ultimately it's easier to kind of guide in a missile at closer range. I'm actually really surprised that the PL11 did not get that guy, but you know, it's not really all too disappointing. Things like that do happen more often than I'd like to think, and again, this is dev server gameplay, so things can be up in the air and they can always change. But also, I equipped 20 minutes of fuel here, and just getting here with probably around afterburner, I'd say around 80% of the time, I am already close-ish to out of fuel. Oh, you know what? I accidentally fired the PL-11 on that guy before. Isn't that something? I didn't mean to. So I still have my all-aspect missiles, my IR-guided missiles, as well as my PL-5B. I am so silly. Whoops, so I guess the PL-11 did work after all. So that said, we do still have a host of close-range missiles. Going to fire on him from around 4 kilometers. That's a decent enough range for all-aspect. See if I can hit him. Probably not. Okay, we got this fella here. I know I'm getting into the heart of the beast here, but it doesn't really concern me all too much. Missing, of course. Okay, let's... That was weird. And this thing is turning like a mamma jamma. Holy guacamole. So this guy's coming in. Oh, wow. This guy got saucy with me. But overall, this thing is performing hella nice. Holy guacamole. I'm actually really enjoying this plane. Oh, and it has the helmet-mounted sights. I never even noticed that. Wow, let's see if I can launch this missile really, really far off and hit him. And I can! Wow! This thing has helmet-mounted sights. I did not even notice that beforehand. So I've got 4 kills. 1 with the PL-11. 1 with the PL-8, I believe. And 2 with the PL-5Bs, which means, I mean, every single missile on this thing is extremely usable. And the great thing is that they're usable in different situations. Like, this is a really damn good plane. I never even noticed that this had the helmet-mounted sights. Wow. Okay, so that said, you know what, let's get into one more real quick match. Of course, like I said, there's only so much one can do in ground or in air RB when it comes to this, and the match is already over, but 4 kills. And that was a hell of a lot of fun. This thing turns like a beast. So that said, let's get into one more match, have a good time, but wow. This thing is impressive. You know, I want to see how this performs at 11 or 31 kilometers out. So I am tracking a CL-13. And again, dev server gameplay, so may as well. Let's see if we can actually hit this thing. Also, I have equipped this with a bomb loadout, so the center line hardpoints do not have, you know, you can't carry missiles or anything on them. So because this is the dev server, I figured may as well do that. And this does have, at least it should have, a, maybe I have to go sub-mock. Oh, you know what? It's because I have my PL-11s equipped, but it does have a ballistics computer, which obviously is very, very nice. Can I hit this? You know what? One of the problems with the CL-11s is that they kind of make these crazy moves towards the end. Okay, no biggie. So let's go ahead and get some other kills somewhere. Let's see how well this thing can track. I'm tracking this F-16, relatively close-ish range for a radar-guided missile. With my PL-11s, can I hit him? I'm still tracking. Got my PL-8s. Didn't get the kill, no biggie. Kind of was expecting that. But again, I mean, I'm not really trying to do all too much here. Dev server gameplay. I want to see, actually, if I can drop these bombs. Like, I did not put the parachute bombs on here, thankfully, because I just don't really feel like that's necessary in air RB. Ground RB, it makes some level of sense. Oh, I'm going too fast. Whoops. Okay, we have an enemy here. I'm going to try to gun him down a little bit. Okay, he just outplayed me a little bit. Okay, we have the helmet-mounted sights. Let's... Oh my gosh! That was a waste of a missile. So we still have the PL-5Bs. Still excellent, excellent missiles. And we have a MiG-23 that's trying to gun me down. It's a bot, of all things. So let's see if we can take this... Wow. This fella out. They're really making these, whatchamacallits, quite aggressive. but he's going to hit the ground. Maybe not. Okay. Got the kill. And we got people behind me now. Gonna probably go for that F-14 if I can help it. And that should be the final engagement of this video. Again, I mean, I'm actually having a really good time with this. You know, of course, it can go after... okay, it looks like he's just launching AIM-9Ls, which isn't too big of a deal. But this vehicle is really... I mean, when it comes to anti-air, like, hella good. Probably not going to hit him. He's too far away. But overall, yeah, I'm having a good time with this vehicle. Got some base destruction there. Didn't take out the entire base. I was able to get an air kill with just not really good missile play on my part. Don't blame the vehicle. Blame me, of course. But, yeah, overall, I mean, I'm having a really good time. This is a really, really good plane. And I am stoked to possibly... actually get this plane once the update fully comes out. But either way, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope I was able to show at least a little bit of what this vehicle is capable of. But again, thank you, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.